Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, relative to last season, their record at this point, not quite up to par. They're looking for answers, looking for improvement as the season continues. And tonight, guys, Goran the Dragon Dragic will lead the charge at point guard. Shaq, he can be a very tough cover.
Very slippery, crafty finisher around the rim.
And
played behind the guy that beat me twice for the MVP.
Steve Nash.
Solid shooting. That's another thing that's underrated. Keeps defenders honest, and he loves the open court. That's when he's really at his best.
Game's about to start.
It is.
I think it's time to go down to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
A look at the outside of Phillips Arena in downtown Atlanta. We're all set to bring you today's action. Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Miami Heat, they come in off a loss to Philadelphia.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Communication seemed to be missing, and if you want to come away with a lot of wins, you have to have that.
In the early part of the schedule, teams with good continuity tend to have an edge. Some teams can't form any continuity at any time, early or late in the season.
You love those teams, and sometimes we evaluate too much by talent. Yes, talent can take you over the hump and get you a championship or get you into the playoffs, but when you have that team that's been together, when there's 80-90% of the guys returning, you know this team can get off to a good start, and then also they usually can sustain throughout the entire year.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Richardson is out there with Justice Winslow. Then there's Dragic, then there's Whiteside, and it's Magruder in at the shooting guard. Whiteside kicks to Winslow. From 13, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Dragic has got the opening bucket of the night here for the Heat. The pass to Len. Prince outside. Fires the three. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Miami Heat. Pass to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. And Whiteside with the basket on the assist by Richardson. Whiteside's got his first points of the game.
The interior, this is where you want to get Whiteside the basketball.
Prince, the pass to Bazemore. To the wing on the left. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Now here's Bazemore. He's guarded closely.
Once again, the disruptive defense of Whiteside, staying active, staying connected.
Magruder kicks to Whiteside. Dragic dishes to Richardson. 13 feet away. They get it again. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Bazemore for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Good decision in the pick and roll. Bazemore has the room to take the shot, calmly knocks it down.
Now here's Winslow. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Dragic. Passes it to Whiteside. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
In attack mode, Whiteside drawing the foul, still able to complete the play. Hassan Whiteside said growing up, he never had a backup plan. He was going to be an NBA player. His huge size made that a pretty safe bet.
And you just don't see many players with the kind of length that Hassan Whiteside possesses.
Did you know on his tiptoes he can grab the rim with both hands, and he's pretty athletic for his size. Those physical tools just about off the charts.
Here's Richardson following the basket by Trae Young. Here's Magruder. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Five on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Spellman. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Dragic against Young. Here's Magruder. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Count that bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now, here is Young. Now, Prince. 23 points for him the last game against the Lakers.
And on some plays, everything goes your way, except for the finish.
Dragic taking his time here. Goes up to the stripe. And another basket for Miami.
Well, we know Goran Dragic is very crafty. He can get his shot off in that mid-range area.
Young against Dragic. Young inside. Trying to get open his land. Shot's good from Young. Young's got his second basket.
High percentage play. Working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Yep, that one goes in there. The Hawks trail by 5. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Lloyd Pierce. They have won their one matchup against this team so far, but he said the first order of business was for them to score against a very tough shot-blocking team inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down perimeter looks. They could be the key to victory. We'll see if he's right, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So their focus is squarely on the opponent today, in particular that defense they have to contend with.
And I just wonder if they'll try to solve the problems this defense poses by keeping the tempo quick, trying to strike early in the shot clock.
You know, I think a more patient approach would be smart. Concentrate on shot selection and ball movement rather than tempo.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the 3 by Miami that went in. Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Getting good production from the reserves on a daily basis is a key ingredient to any team's success.
Let's now go to the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. See the league's top assist men. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Herter off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Richardson against Bazemore. Oh, Whiteside in position, throws down the alley-oop slam.
Wow, able to adjust in the air, contort his body if need be. Whiteside brutal on the catch and flush.
And that Unleashed Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. The Heat leading by 8. Well, it seems the Heat's identity is always built, Steve, on defense.
Physical and nastiness, part of the system, part of the culture in Miami.
Here's Magruder. Clock at 6. Young against Dragic. Over Young. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
No surprise, in a battle of wheels down low, the big man comes away with it.
Winslow finds Dragic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Goran Dragic, a scary lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
And he makes the first.
Well, he was a champion in Italy. We see what Dragic has done in the NBA. He's had a solid career, and he's still evolving.
The Heat making a switch here. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Justice Winslow. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rodney Magruder. And so he hits both. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times are just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
Now here is Carter. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Carter banked in off the glass.
And when he gets the ball that deep, not much you can do to stop it.
He knows what he's good at, gets the position he wants, then with the tools to finish.
Lynn with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. Bembry's shot good. And now it's only a 5-point Heat lead.
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Dragic against Lynn. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And that's 10 points for Goran Dragic.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Herter, Wade is covering. Knocks it loose. Pass to Bembry. And Carter has it in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. And it's good for 2. Carter's got his first basket of the night.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Hawks passing it around. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Wade. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. From the left block, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
D-Wade has such an easy rhythm to his jump shot. It's very smooth.
In the pass to Carter. The tray. Another three for Atlanta.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Miami Heat. 4-point game. Adebayo kicks to Wade. Here's Olynyk. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And they like him to be aggressive. And I think Olynyk has the talent to be a difference maker offensively.
Now the pass to Bembry. Wade feeling it out a bit, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 3rd assist on the night. In the pass to Bembry. Carter on the wing. Olynyk is covering. Pass to Bembry. Kicks it to Lin. Just 5 on the clock. Expanding his range, but they recover it. Up top, Dedmon. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Waithers is checked in. And Miami with a change here, too. Johnson, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Lin against Johnson. Lin kicks to Carter. Shot clock at 6. Shot from 16. And it's good. 2 points. Carter's got 7 points in the game.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
And here is Johnson. Here's Wade. And there's another one for the Heat.
You know, he's never been one to settle. D-Wade will go right at you.
Goran Dragic firing on all cylinders for the Miami Heat. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Dwayne Wade talked about the potential of this team as well as the challenges they face this season.
If we understand our potential, can develop to be a great team in this season. But that's the hardest part, is understanding your potential when you have guys who's never been through it, you know, as a collective group. So that's the biggest challenge, is to understand, okay, we're good, guys. We can win some games, but can we get to the next level of being great?
That's the veteran mindset a player like Wade brings to the group.
Exactly. I mean, he's fully aware of the importance of experience, a true leader for his team.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
The play calling has been perfect, backed up by beautiful execution. They've certainly captured the moment in that first quarter.
On the floor for Miami, Johnson and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Wayne Ellington is out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Adebayo in at the 5 down low.
You know, he's had a handful of seasons in the top 10 in assists. Wade is a gifted passer.
Knocks it loose. In transition, here comes Miami. Johnson's got the ball. That's good from Wade on the assist by Johnson. Wade's got the lead up to 12 now for the Heat.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Dedmon kicks to Bembry. In the pass to Carter. To the inside. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. Atlanta with the rebound.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
Good. And it's 9 points for Vince Carter. Well, Eric Spoelstra working his way up through the Heat organization, and I hear eventually interested in moving into the front office someday.
And I would say it will be with the Miami Heat, a very loyal, close-knit organization. His dedication and commitment, second to none.
Here's Wade following the score by Vince Carter. Just 5 to shoot. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Lynn kicks to Carter. Pass to Bembry. Over Wade. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Bembry's got 6 points. The Heat leading by 10. Wade with it. 10 points for him. Johnson outside. Wade outside. Kicks it out to Johnson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game. Atlanta calls timeout. Well, Smitty, Dwayne Wade back for another season in a Miami Heat uniform.
Great to see a legend and a future Hall of Famer still putting in work. The most important player in franchise history. He belongs, Kevin, in a Heat uniform.
Atlanta making some changes. Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Ken Bazemore comes in for Carter. Young is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And then for Miami, Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Justice Winslow comes in for Kelly Olynyk. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
A scoring eruption for Mount Whiteside, pouring in points tonight.
The Hawks trail by 15, and Young kicks it to Bazemore. Here's Bembry. Richardson covering. Bembry the pass to Len. Fades back. Kept alive. Poitras. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done. Poitras has got his first 2 points. The Heat leading by 13. Johnson dishes to Richardson. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wade. Again, the Heat good for 2.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Young up top. He's guarded by Johnson. Young against Johnson. Young passes to Poitras. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Poitras has got 4 this quarter.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Richardson kicks to Wade. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Atlanta on D, trailing by 13. Johnson with the bounce pass. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Richardson. Count that one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Prince outside. Spellman. He's covered by Whiteside. Shot's good from Young.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Johnson kicks to Magruder. Here's Whiteside. The shot comes out, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And after a near win, you second-guess a number of things that didn't go your way.
I think looking back on that one, it's a learning experience. We'll see if they can make some of the necessary corrections.
Now, here's Richardson after the miss from Trae Young. And that one, good. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
Justice Winslow has done an excellent job of being unselfish and making the right play.
And Young kicks to Prince. Spellman, he's covered by Whiteside. Puts it up from 15. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. The Heat leading by 14. And stolen by Prince. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Young outside. It's good from long range.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Young against Johnson. Now here's Whiteside. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. 6 on the shot clock, and it's Magruder in the corner. Another shot. Whiteside, good.
Timeout, timeout.
Whiteside's got 16.
Are you serious? Whiteside doing major damage on the offensive glass.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Steve, Hassan Whiteside, a fearsome finisher inside with his length. Talk about his offensive game for us.
Well, he's starting to develop a pretty good touch out to mid-range. He has soft hands, a little floater in there. Still, it's his dunking and finishing that keeps him in the highlight reels.
So both teams making some changes here.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Magruder. He's putting up 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Young. Outside, Dragic. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. Outside, Dragic. Drops in the tray. He's got 13.
Good rhythm from deep. Goran Dragic always more accurate when he's shooting under control.
Young taking his time here. It's good.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
Dragic gets the bucket.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Dragic against Young. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
With that long wingspan, Hassan Whiteside saying, no, not in my house.
Dragic gets the bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Back to Young. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Whiteside.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Now here's Dragic to the right side. In the corner, it's Richardson. Whiteside trying to break free. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Whiteside. Whiteside's got his 3rd assist on the night. Pass to Bazemore. Back to Young. Out to the right wing. Here is Whiteside. He's got 16. Outside, Dragic. Inside, and the jam by Whiteside.
A sneaky pick and roll player. Goran Dragic on point, dishes to the roller.
Young finds Bazemore. Back to Young. Looking to end the run. He squares up and sinks it. Young's got 19 points.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Here's Magruder. Outside Dragic. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Rejected by Dragic. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. And then for Miami, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Rodney Magruder. Young against Dragic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Olynyk. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
And that one falls for Young.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the charts.
Carter, he's checked in for the Hawks. And so Young nails them both. Well, Steve, when it comes down to how this country is developing young players at the amateur level, do you feel winning is overemphasized in relation to individual skill development?
Yeah, I mean, great question, Kevin. I think in youth basketball right now, youth sports, I think so much now is individually rating individual players that are playing a team sports. I want to see more of rating the team. And I think also guys getting a chance to understand winning is important. A lot of these tournaments, you play 3 or 4 games a day, and it's not so much about winning. I think it has to come down to win or go home. I love that for youth basketball, and then I also love that you're just getting better. And I would love for some of these youth coaches to move these players around. There's a player right now that might be playing the center spot, but let him try to play the guard spot. I think you've got to find a way to do that and talk about winning as a team versus individuals.
Smart stuff. And here are the Heat now. Dragic against Young. Got a piece of it. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, no good from Dragic.
And, you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
Certainly not the high percentage look, but we don't know what the game plan is calling for. That might be it.
Ellington kicks to Winslow. And there's the pass to Adebayo. Young with the steal.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
And so it's Miami out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Goran, it looks like you guys are giving them a lot of different looks offensively. Is that the key to the lead?
Yeah, you know, if every player on the court is dangerous for basket, then it's much easier for us, you know. And for defense, it's tough.
Thanks, Goran. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Goran Dragic had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 19 points, 5 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, Goran Dragic proved once again he can be a one-man catalyst offensively. Terrific floor vision, dictates the pace, goes hard in everything he does. I thought he made great decisions with the ball in his hands.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
The Heat leading by 17. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. Then it's Taurean Prince. Then it's Alex Len. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Atlanta with the ball. Atlanta's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Young dishes to Prince. Bounce pass Bazemore. Dragic against Young. Just 5 on the clock. Prince outside from downtown. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Back to Whiteside. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Pretty tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
Richardson against Prince. That's tipped. Len passes to Prince. Again, the Hawks score.
Taurean Prince brings intensity, comes off the pick and roll, and thinks attack.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Dragic with it, and Young picks him up defensively. They grab their own miss. Whiteside uses the glass to finish the layup. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Bazemore finds Len. To the paint. Dragic with some nice D.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Bazemore. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
And that's 3 out of 4 now coming out of the break. The offense playing with a purpose.
Young against Dragic. Over Young. Dragic against the bucket. Dragic has got 21.
Great job of taking control of the offense tonight. Dragic loves to be the man.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Well, fans were worried that Kent Bazemore was going to plateau after his big contract. Put those fears to rest last season. Pretty good numbers all around for the Old Dominion grad.
And the Heat making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Young. Averaging about 18 points per, 8 assists and 3 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
Now, here is Young. 21 points in the game. And with Bazemore, he's always been a hard worker, so you figured he'd have a bounce-back year.
You don't fight your way onto NBA rosters like Bazemore had to do without a good work ethic. His outside shooting improved a lot last season, also improved his playmaking. After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
Johnson kicks to Whiteside. And they double up Whiteside. Back to Johnson. Prince against Richardson. With some arc, it's tipped. They recover it. It's Richardson on the wing. Johnson surveying the floor. Back to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Prince outside. He kicks it to Len. Pass to Bazemore. Prince against Richardson. Now Winslow still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Good to see Winslow scoring off the dribble. Everyone understands how important he is to this team offensively and defensively.
Johnson against Young for the 3. It's good from long range. Young's got 27.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
And here is Johnson. Feeds it to Winslow. And the dunk by Winslow.
Great patience from the young big man. The game slowing down for Whiteside. You can see that.
The Hawks trail by 13. Young outside. 2 points. That one goes.
He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Johnson against Young. Johnson, the pass to Magruder. And here comes the break. All alone. Oh!
You see the long reach of Bazemore being disruptive, getting them out and running.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. 9-point game. And Whiteside sends it back. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Dwyane Wade's check in for the Heat. Passes to Bembry. Shoots from the line. Atlanta again missing.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from their mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Winslow with it. 5 points in the game. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
His wingspan is 7'7". Whiteside using all of it there.
Johnson against Young. Great D that time from Johnson. The Heat leading by 11. And there's Dwyane Wade on the assist by Richardson. Richardson's got 5 assists in the game. Atlanta's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Miami. For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting,
shots.
just about 73%.
And that one falls for Young. And when it comes to big men who can really handle the basketball, there aren't many of them, but there are a few, and they're pretty good at it, the bigs.
You know, I think the best at this, and we don't consider him a big, but he's close to 7 feet, is Kevin Durant.
Right.
Handling the basketball for a big. DeMarcus Cousins is really good. You look at guys like LaMarcus Aldridge, not bad. Blake Griffin, for his size, being able to handle the basketball. We have so many guys that have that skill set, and they're 6'10" and above.
Now, here's Wade. 14 points for him. Pass to Adebayo. Olynyk finds Ellington. Good ball movement here by Miami. Shot clock at 5. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season, at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
And that one misses. Well, the Hawks didn't have the best season a year ago, Smitty, but they did find some positives to build on.
Well, the Hawks, what they do have, they have good wing play. A lot of disruptive players who can force turnovers on the defensive end. There's been some great wings in Hawks history, and they have a few on this team right now. They might be behind, but you can't blame him. He has been spectacular so far in this one.
Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Back to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the score by Miami. Shots good by Dedmon.
The toughness of Dedmon showing up again, making the extra effort play, finishes through contact.
Wade passes to Adebayo. Here's Olynyk, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And the pass to Poitras. To the paint. There's the steal. Now here's Ellington. He's tightly guarded. Johnson down low, defended by Lynn. And the basket by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Outside, Lynn. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Poitras. The Heat also with a sub. Dragic is checked in. Here is Carter. He's got 9. Outside, Lynn. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Banbury kicks to Carter. Six on the shot clock. The good-looking shot from the wing. 11 points in the game. And it's Wade with the ball for the Heat. Down low.
You know, D. Wade has always been a playmaker. Passing is a part of what makes him special.
The The Hawks trail by 15. Right wing. Dedmon dishes to Lynn. And the shot goes in. Lynn's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now, here's Wade. 16 points for him. And that one is hammered home.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Well, Steve Bam Adebayo out of Kentucky adapting quickly to the NBA game.
He's been a sponge, Kevin. Plays the game with an infectious energy. He's a keeper.
One shot. One shot.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Right wing. Lynn the pass to Bembry. Yep, that one goes in there. Bembry's got 8 points.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the league pass.
Dragic kicks to Adebayo. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And free throw shooting, not necessarily one of his strong suits, only about 70% on the season.
And the first one drops. Steve, Hassan Whiteside, the Heat's top paid player, but last season some contention between him and Coach Spoelstra.
Well, Whiteside, he wasn't happy with his minutes, but he's got to take a look at himself in the mirror. With the teams going small, he's got to dominate the paint to be a difference maker.
He hits both from the stripe. 1:07 left in the third. Lynn with it, now guarded by Dragic. Lynn looking it over. Another steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic against Lynn. Here's Ellington. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. And the Heat lead by 18.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you'd think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
To the middle, here's Dedmon. And it's Miami with the rebound. Inside. Wade, good. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dragic against Lynn. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Both free throws good from Lynn. And so it's Miami with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Heat, Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. Adebayo is out there with Justice Winslow, and it's Ellington in at the small forward. A nice shot by Carter. The Heat leading by 16. Wade kicks to Dragic. On the wing, Winslow. Heat moving the ball around. Wade outside. And Dragic has it in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. A shot by Ellington, no good.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door. And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
He lobs it up.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. The Hawks trail by 16. Herter. Wade is covering. Dedmon dishes to Lynn. Pass to Bembry. Outside, Lynn. Plays it up and banks it in.
And really respect the confidence of Lynn. His teammates love how he runs these pick-and-roll plays.
Bounce pass, Dragic. Shoots a fader. The shot by Wade, no good. And so Lynn will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Puts it up from 15, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Wade, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At the line, Dwayne Wade taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
There have been seasons where Wade has averaged over 10 free throws a game. He knows how to get to the line.
And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Well, Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Well, I love to eat, and 2 of my favorite places are Busy Bee Cafe. Just love that, and Umi. Then what I love to do is try to get a little exercise. I love to walk to Chastain Park. The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Young, and once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Kicks it to Len. Passes it to Prince. Five to shoot. Pass to Young. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Wednesday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
In that game against the Lakers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And the shot is good. And the Heat lead by 17.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The pass to Len. He kicks to Young from downtown, and once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Certain things make Prince a tough cover. Strength, long arms, quickness that can surprise you.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for. Well, Heat fans, not the league's loudest, but they do show up.
They sell out the arena every night. They love their team, and it's a great place to play.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bazemore's checked in. Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Heat. And he makes both free throws. Altorian Prince out of Baylor. He had a fantastic breakout year for the Hawks.
Well, you knew there would be an opportunity last year in Atlanta. Prince made the most of it, stepped in as a leader on offense and defense. Still very young and has all the confidence he needs to build on his success.
And he's able to get it back.
Taurean Prince saying, "Not on my watch." Spectacular D.
Yeah, nice, strong
2 shots,
finish
gentlemen.
there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
2 shots.
That one is off.
With Taurean Prince, a lot of his improvement and production have come with his increased confidence. When he's out there, he has a green light from anywhere. That puts him at ease.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And he's good on the second. Well, with Prince, a lot of confidence boost came from others on the team that were believing in his style of play and believing in him.
Kevin, his teammates and coaching staff saw just how good he is when he's aggressive. Prince has the ability to be an efficient volume scorer. Hopefully, he continues to build on his confident play.
Here's Johnson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Heat lead by 18.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Now here's Prince. Charity stripe shot. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Johnson finds Winslow. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Young against Johnson. Bazemore on the wing. The dish to Young. Richardson against Prince. Beyond the arc. And Winslow pulls it down. Winslow's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Magruder in the corner. Johnson outside. Richardson against Prince. To the inside. Here's Whiteside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Alex Len picks one up.
An absolute monster inside. Whiteside moving bodies around. Earns himself a trip to the charity stripe. So much of this Hawks team is under the age of 25. They have a lot of room to grow as a unit and improve together. They'll have their ups and downs, but a lot of talent to build around here with the Hawks.
And he knocks down the first one. And Smitty, with all young cores, the Hawks will have to be patient with this group.
Yeah, you can't add too much stress to this group too quickly. You saw how long it took the Sixers core to come together. Fortunately, I think the Hawks organization recognized that and will give them the time they need.
Good on both. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out, Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
Pass to Richardson. We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches. Has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Johnson against Young. Left side Prince. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Whiteside against Len. Low block shot on the way. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 11 in the second half.
Soft touch for Whiteside on that jumper. Whiteside becoming more consistent with his mechanics.
Kicks it out to Prince. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Now here's Richardson. Passes to Johnson. Now the feed to Whiteside. And that one drops. Whiteside's got 31 points.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
And he's doing it efficiently, taking makeable shots. That's led to a high percentage from the field.
Now here is Young. Prince outside. Back to Young. Over Johnson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And that's now 33 points for Trae Young. The Heat leading by 21. Pass to Magruder. Kicks to Richardson. Whiteside, high post. Rejected by Len. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len. Six to shoot. Here's Magruder. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
I like to see that. Taking it up strong in traffic.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Smitty, for Tyler Johnson, when he was at Fresno State, legend has it he fractured 2 teeth diving for a loose ball in a drill, picked him up and kept practicing.
They say his mom had a saying, Kevin, get a straw and suck it up. You see that toughness in his approach to the game.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where somebody, anybody, had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Atlanta with the ball, and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Johnson. The pass to Magruder. Whiteside inside. Len on him. Count that one. 33 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside looking comfortable. This shot has expanded his game.
The Hawks working the ball around. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. NBA wants to keep things competitive, and one way to do that was to make some changes, Steve, to the draft lottery odds. Do you think it'll be enough?
You know, I think it's the right call for them. I think the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds for the top 3 spots now. And it'll be much more even to distribute the odds for the back half of the lottery.
That free throw good from Len.
Look at the Hawks and their history. For the most part, a very successful franchise. They've made the playoffs more often than not.
And the Heat making a change here. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for Winslow. Robinson's checked in for Josh Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Rodney Magruder. Both free throws good from Len. And with the Hawks prior to last season, the franchise had been in the playoffs a remarkable 10 consecutive seasons.
Hawks still looking for their first title since moving to Atlanta. Typically, they've avoided long playoff droughts. Hopefully, this rebuild goes smoothly and they can get back in the hunt.
Now, here's Ellington, and Olynyk kicks to Ellington. Clock is at 3. The 3 from Johnson. A three-pointer is right on target. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well, a big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Hassan Whiteside.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card if you ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd be piling cards in front of
Kevin,
me.
Not at all.
Here's Poitras. He kicks to Dorsey. Here's Lynn. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Johnson outside. Robinson against Carter. Fires from 14. Rebound by the Hawks. In the corner, it's Lynn. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Five seconds left in the fourth. And And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Dwayne, congrats on the win. Did you feel tonight like you needed to take over a little bit more than usual?
Well, when you're on the basketball floor, you got to do something. You got to make an impact, and I just try to make an impact either way. So, our guys did a great job. That's what it's all about right now.
They took their cue from you, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.